the Edo State High Court to Benin City issued a mandatory injunction restraining the state government, the governor, and other parties from meddling in local government affairs and operations until the substantive case has been heard and settled. Sadly, in total disregard of the obedience to the prevailing laws and orders of course, the state government has continued in its acts of lawlessness, contemptuous disregard of judicial orders, abuse of processes, and misuse of executive power, which dangerously portends the extermination of constitutional democracy in the state. We have also witnessed another very disturbing trend. The council chairmen are signatories to their accounts with their different councils. That's expected. What Mondokwewo and his cohorts are trying to do is to change the signatories to those accounts, making sure that the elected council chairmen that are supposed to be signatories to the account do not have signatories to their account. We want to warn the banks. If any bank obeys that illegal instruction, we will charge you for contempt of court. We will take you to court to make sure that if you illegally change the signatories to those accounts that are with you, we will charge you to court. Don't say we did not warn you.
Let's go to Edo State and have this conversation about local government autonomy. The twists and turns since December the 17th have continued to puzzle all of us. Everyone is wondering what's happening in Edo State. On Friday last week, defections to the APC. Some of these local government, at least two of them from Ovia Southwest local government area and Owan West, along with 8 councillors and the other one with 5 councillors, defected to the All Progressives Congress. So what's really going on? Those accusations against the governor and this high-handedness that the APC has been accused of, what do they have to say about that? What we do know is that the All Progressives Congress has created some kind of panel of inquiry, so to speak. Let's call it that. Maybe they'll give us a different name when we start to speak with them. They're supposed to look into this situation of local government chairmen not being able to function. And then this finance situation, the side of the governor that says they refuse to drop their finances. We asked them to submit their finances and they didn't. And then invoking section 10, subsection 1 of the Edo State local government rules, saying, oh, you're supposed to do this, it's misappropriation, and then some sort of inability to obey your governor when he tells you to do something. But we've also heard that there's a court case that says this is not true. You cannot even use that section. So let's hear what their plans are. From the All Progressives Congress, we have with us Barrister Andrew Mwata. He's a member of the committee I told you about that is set up to probe suspended chairman, also a member of the Asset Verification Committee. Thank you so much, Barrister Andrew Mwata, for being with us on Sunrise Daily.
Yeah, thank you, Ayo, from Lagos. And to our brother Ayo is in Lagos, then Kela, Abuja.
Good morning. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy, and of course, Happy New Year to you and to our viewers. Yeah.
It's good to have you on the program. So let's understand. I know that there's some rejoicing in the APC right now because there were some defections. Are these defections as a result, because many people have said that these people that are defecting to the APC is just because they don't want any problem with the governor? Is that the view there?
Just to correct an impression, the decisions that the House of Assembly made was not based on the provisions of Section 10 of the Edo State Local Government Law of 2000, because that one has to do with dissolution, but it was based on the clear provision of Section 20 of the Edo State Government Law that deals with the issue of suspension, where you have a case of financial misappropriation of malfeasance, and allows the governor, in consultation with the House of Assembly, to suspend local government chairman or his vice for a period of just 2 months while that inquiry is on. And I will say this right of reply affords us the opportunity of correcting some of the concussions and half-truths taught out by a PDP member who you said appeared before your program sometime last week. So in answering your first question, it is important for me to highlight some honest.
I mean, I think we're having a bit of a problem with that connection while we try to get that connection back. Thanks for that correction, by the way, Section 20 of the Local Government Act. And just so we can give some kind of background as to everything that has been going on, we do know that the councillors in the local government areas, all of them suspended for 2 months. Also, the 18 local government chairmen had been complaining, and we're hearing all of them. Remember, when they were all elected into office, they were all members of the People's Democratic Party. The question now became, with a new governor who is from the All Progressives Congress, how were they going to continue ruling? That question had always sort of been there, but with everything that's happened, we've seen the suspension, the removal really of those 18 local government chairmen, and them complaining that they can't even access their offices, accusing the APC of hiring thugs, saying these thugs came from the government house themselves, and all of that has caused some unrest. We've heard people from the People's Democratic Party, at least we had them last week, talking a little bit about how this has affected governance in the state and the ripple effect this would have on issues like the judiciary, the authority of the judiciary, because there is an Edo High Court that has said that suspension was wrong. What happens afterwards? How do we have peace in Edo State? How do the people enjoy governance? And is this something that everybody will sort out eventually? It's also brought to our minds the questions about party loyalties and what political parties actually stand for. Is this about personal interest? Is it about national interest? What is the situation in this part of the country? And I think I'm going to bring Ayo in while we're trying to sort out that particular network issue with our friend from the All Progressives Congress, Barrister Andrew Mwata. Let's see if we can get some kind of background really from Ayo on this particular matter.
Kayla, my thoughts on this particular situation goes back to the very basis, first of all, of the Constitution. What does the Constitution say? And it is unequivocal that the local governments are supposed to have some measure of autonomy from the state governments. How right or wrong that is clear from what the Supreme Court has ruled. The Supreme Court has already made the declaration. You guys let the money go straight from the Federation account into the accounts of the local government administrations. Now, one of the questions that I've often asked is, if the federal government, the Federation is supposed to give some money to the local governments directly, the Constitution states that the state government should also put some money into that coffer. Does that money go in there? Now, it'll probably take a while for us to get used to the new reality that local governments are autonomous, just like state governments, who have, over the years, buffeted the federal government for being so intrusive of states. Now, it is for states to recognize that they are also being intrusive on the affairs of the local government administrations. And please, it's not rocket science. It is there in the Constitution what the functions of the local governments are. Clear, written in words. So I guess it's only a matter of time. The AGF has already reiterated what the Supreme Court says, Kayla, so I guess time will tell.
We have Barrister Mwata back. Yes, Barrister, talk to us a little bit about these accusations against the APC.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to establish the fact that in Edo State, the law was followed both to the letter and to the spirit. So in answering that question you asked before, it's important for me to highlight some unassailable points. There is no doubt that democracy has come to stay in Nigeria. Like every other life endeavor, democracy has its own rules of engagement. Before and after the 2022 general elections in Nigeria, the outgone PDP administration of Governor Obaseki ran the 18 local government councils in Edo State with sole administrators, who the governor labeled as liaison officers. What we have presently in Edo are persons duly elected as honorable leaders of the defending arm who either by virtue of the recent impeachment or suspension of both the chairman and vice chairman of the local government affected have become occupants of the office of chairman. These people were elected by the people, and for the reasons known to law, they are now occupants of that office, not people unknown to the law. So the situation was made even clearer by our Edo State Local Government Law. Section 19 allows the councillors to impeach both the chairman and the vice, and 20 talks about suspension. And of course, this law was made pursuant to Section 7, sub 1 of the 1999 Nigerian Constitution, as amended, which provides that a system of democratically elected local government councils is guaranteed under the Constitution. And the Constitution went further to empower the State House of Assembly to make laws regulating the existence, establishment, structure, and finance and functions of these local governments. I mean, the local government councils. And you know, the Edo State Local Government Laws is a byproduct of the constitutional arrangement fully related by the drafters of our Constitution. What we are seeing in Edo is a clear case of people making noise. The PDP ragtag ESCO were here when Obaseki appointed some administrators. Even the APC did not engage them. With these people, they organized the elections of last year. The heavens did not fall. But we have a case of the government asking people to come and account for the monies they have spent. They refused to, the House of Assembly invited them, they refused to, the law was activated to suspend them. So in the course of the suspension, you discover that a panel of inquiry that was impaneled, which I'm a member of, we noticed too many malfeasance that, of course, these councillors got to know about. And as I speak to you, 5 of these chairmen have been impeached. 3 of them from Edo South, 1 in Edo, the one in Wode, and the one in Oyomo. You come to Edo North, the one in Owan East was impeached by his councillors. Plus, you go to Edo Central, the one in Esan West, Esan Central was impeached. So initially there was this argument, who has the power to remove local government chairman? And of course, the Attorney General of the Federation argued, and rightly so, that it is the councillors that can remove them permanently from office. What the governor did in conjunction with the House of Assembly is based on the provisions of the law. And we keep making reference to the Supreme Court decision. Yes, very beautiful, very dynamic. We should applaud that decision on financial autonomy. But it has more to do with the issue of control. Section 7 gives state control of local government, and the law is clear. They make laws for their establishment, existence, finance, and functions. And again, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in his present meeting with the governors forum, was very categorical that states remain under local government remains under control of states. Local governments, by the drafters of our constitution, are under the local collective control of state governments. It is not Edo State government has been so, but the drafters of our constitution.
Barrister Nwata, I want to be able to get your thoughts on the fact that Barrister Nwata, the Attorney General of the Federation says, and I want to quote him, that the suspension at these local levels violates local government autonomy granted by the Supreme Court in July of last year. The Attorney General says it was wrong. What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you. The Attorney General even concluded by saying he does not have the facts of the case. Every case is decided on its merit. Yes, remember that the Supreme Court gave a decision. That decision is an unnamed. First was the issue of financial autonomy. That local government applications should be paid to them directly. Before I continue, let me quickly address that leg of it. In Edo State, before now, Governor Obaseki as governor, when the allocation comes, one goes to a joint account. About 800 million was set aside in a particular account controlled by the Commissioner for Local Government. It was this particular amount of money that the government wanted records on how this money was spent. It is interesting for Nigerians to note that part of this money was used to buy campaign vehicles for the campaign of House of Bilano, and my panel of inquiry has been able to establish some of those malfeasance. And what we are expressing is corruption fighting back. You find that 800 million was somewhere. Some party leaders were giving as much as 10 million more. These funds are meant for development. When we came, we realized that there was nothing to show for the billions of dollars that these local governments have collected. Not even a single project has been executed within the last 1 year. The people are trying to do more. It's simple. The Supreme Court said, pay this money directly. The government is willing to do this, but it said that you must first of all account for the billions of dollars you have collected. For 2 years in this state, Obaseki ran local government with appointees. Not even a single elected councillor was in government when councils were run for 2 years. They said that we don't have institutional memory. Within the last 1 year, we have elected people, nothing to show for it, but rather we have an 800 million somewhere where party leaders share. And the government said, no, we cannot continue like this. The people who removed this challenge across this part of the government were elected by people. These councillors were elected by people. The Supreme Court says you cannot dissolve the council, which is not the case in Africa. And according to the companies as Obaseki.
All right, well, that's why we have to wrap it up with you there, because we need to have other conversations this morning. But thank you for your perspective and your point of view, and we'll get back to you shortly so we can have more conversations. And good luck to all of you in Edo State.